was one errand that Bernard never minded. It was dropping off his granddad's sandwiches at work. The town council had recently turned a local stately home into a museum, and it was Bernard's granddad's job to look after the place. When you stepped through the front door, it was just like stepping straight into the past. Some of the rooms even had life-size figures of people dressed just like they would have been in olden days.
Granddad! He's not here. He's had to go into town.
Bernard stared at the boy in some astonishment.
Sorry, I thought you were one of the models. That's all right. My name's Jonathan. You'll be Bernard then. Yes.
But at that moment...
So what's your game then, Sonny Jim?
I bought my granddad sandwiches. And by the way, my name happens to be Bernard.
Well, he's not here. In fact, he's probably skiving off somewhere, I suppose. Or else he's forgotten his way back again. Forget his head if it was loose.
Bernard really hated anybody talking about his granddad like that. Just because he was a bit absent-minded didn't mean he was stupid.
Anyway, you can leave the signers with me. OK?
I'd rather give them to him myself, thank you.
Suit yourself. Only while you're waiting, keep your hands to yourself, all right? And remember, all breakages have to be paid for.
His name's Jerry, your grandfather's assistant. And if I were your grandfather, I'd watch him. Oh.
But before Bernard could ask him what he meant by that...
Afternoon, Jerry.
Hi, boss.
Everything under control?
No problems. Oh, and your grandson called round with some sarnies for you. I told him he could wait in the library.
Oh, thank you very much, Jerry.
Silly old twerp.
Bernard's granddad was very surprised when he heard what the boy had said about Jerry.
Young Jerry? Never. I could trust him with my life. His uncle's my boss down at the town hall, you know.
But if Bernard's granddad had heard what Jerry had to say to his girlfriend Mel about him later that day...
Look, the job's a real cushy number, right? Good money, your own boss, and nothing to do but show the occasional visitor around the place.
It's just one problem, though, Jerry. Old Foster's already in the job.
Not for much longer, though, darling. Not if I have anything to do with it.
Why? What are you going to do about it, Jerry?
Well, I do just happen to know that my uncle's planning on bringing a couple of very important visitors for old Foster to show around the place tomorrow afternoon. And when they get there, he won't be, will he? And my uncle won't like that one little bit.
Six o'clock already? Time to go home, I suppose.
I'll lock up for your boss if you want to get off.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. Very kind.
Any time, boss. Any time.
Cheerio.
This way, please, gentlemen.
Jerry's uncle, Mr. Potter, the head of the local parks department, found it very strange that the museum was locked up earlier than it should have been.
That's very strange. What's going on here, Jerry?
We're closed, Uncle.
Closed? At this time? Where's Foster?
He's gone home, Uncle. But I'll be happy to show you guests around if you'd like me to.
Ah,
You'd like to follow me, gentlemen?
good lad.
You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Foster, Uncle. I think that it's just that he's past his sell-by date. In fact, if you want my opinion, I think he's a couple of eggs short of an omelette. Do you know he believes this place is haunted?
Haunted?
By the people that used to live here once upon a time.
I never realised things had got that bad, Jerry.
I just feel dead sorry for him, Uncle. Only I suppose it's the public you have to think about in your position. Isn't it, Uncle?
Aye, it most certainly is, Jerry.
Fancy being sacked, Bernard.
Bernard just couldn't believe it when his granddad told him that evening he had been sacked.
I could have sworn it was after 6 before I left. But then you know how absent-minded I am these days.
One thing did puzzle Bernard's granddad, mind you, how Jerry had obviously been mistaken about the time as well.
Mind you, there's nothing absent-minded about young Jerry.
Bernard found that a bit odd himself. The following day, Bernard's granddad was still very upset. He'd really liked working at the museum and just couldn't bring himself to go and collect his things from the office. So Bernard volunteered to pick them up for him. And was very surprised when he found out who was in charge of the place now.
What do you want?
I've come for my granddad's things.
Oh, have you?
Well, are we having this game of croquet or aren't we, Jerry? Oh, and who's this one who's at home?
Old Foster's grandson.
Oh, I see. Well, come on then, Jerry.
You got 5 minutes. I remember what I said about the breakages.
Well, I did warn you your grandfather had better watch him.
So did old Foster really tell you this place was haunted then?
No, I just made that bit up. Excuse me, darling. Oh dear. I think she's lost her head over me. Foul, ref, foul!
It was amazing what could be done when you had a magic watch.
My turn. Huh?
Well, now what's the matter?
My ball! It just vanished.
Talk sense, girl. How can a ball vanish? Just try and keep your eye on it next time. See? Try this one.
Ow!
Butterfingers.
It's not funny, Jerry.
Look, just get on with it, will ya?
Oh, it's happened again. You sure this place ain't haunted?
Now try not to be any more stupid than you can help, Mel, darling.
Right, That's it, I'm out of here.
Come on, Mel, hang on a minute. Come on, Mel. At least stay for a cup of coffee.
Go on then. But one more funny thing and that's me right out of here. Wouldn't surprise me if this place was haunted. All these waxworks don't half give me the creeps.
Come on, Mel. You don't believe in ghosts, do you?
The model butler had been so effective that it had given Bernard an even better idea.
And just where do you think you're going, young man?
Anywhere, long as it's well away from here.
But we've got visitors coming in an hour, and they'll need showing round.
And get old Foster to show 'em round. You won't catch me round here again. Keep your job.
I say, that's a jolly useful magic watch you've got there.
How did you know it was magic?
Well, you get to know quite a lot of things when you've been around as long as I have. Anyway, time I wasn't here, I suppose. Goodbye.
Bye.
Come and see us again sometime.
Bernard's granddad was really pleased to get his old job back, but Bernard couldn't wait for the last of the tourists to leave so that he could ask him something.
So, is this place really haunted, do you think, Grandad?
Well, it's supposed to be haunted by the ghost of a young boy who died here during the war, and that's his portrait there. But I expect it's just a story, you know.